it's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
On for New Country, it's 102.7 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Happy Wednesday, middle of the week.
Happy Wednesday, Rick.
6:11. Patty's excited because you're going to Tacoma tonight because Pink.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
She's making up a date that she had to cancel last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I know she performed last night.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing.
Well, you've seen her. I've never seen her.
That was my wife's Christmas present. We went to Vegas. My wife had never been to Vegas. And so that was the big present for her. Now I'll just do the difference. Your Pink tickets cost you a couple $100. My Pink thing cost me like $6,000 because
Wow.
Well, because I took her.
My tickets were like $60.
Oh, geez.
I'm like, these are.
So
I'm probably in the nosebleed section.
Well, the hilarity is my wife wanted to see Pink,
Yeah.
and when she first announced her dates, there was no Seattle. I mean, there was no Washington date. So I said, well, the closest was Vegas. My wife had never been to Vegas. So, honey, here you go. I booked.
I remember. This was a big deal.
And then suddenly, hey, there's Washington dates. Really?
Tacoma.
I could have spent a couple $100 and got out of the $6,000 that I spent to take my wife to Vegas for the very first time because it was her very first trip to Vegas, which means you have to do everything that you can. So it wasn't just like...
Of course.
So,
it must have been a great time.
Oh, yeah. We went down to Fremont. We did. And
Yes.
besides just the Pink show, we also did a couple other shows because she really wanted to take in the whole Vegas experience.
Did you do any zip lining down on Fremont?
She did. She did on Fremont. She did. She did zip lining on Fremont. Absolutely. So I hear you, and I'm super excited that
I've never seen a show at the Tacoma Dome.
You haven't?
I have
my
not.
God. Oh, years ago I saw Alan Jackson there. I've seen Green Day there.
So it's a good venue.
I've seen Barney live with my son when he was a toddler there. So you like it? I didn't realize you had.
I've never been. No.
It's.
I've been to Climate Pledge several times. I've been to Lumen Field.
Well, it's a
Tacoma
big
Dome is an experience.
It's a big, massive concrete structure. I'll tell you that. So you guys are going to have a great time. Well, about 20,000 people in there.
Is that all?
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be awesome. So we'll get today started. We're going to work on some Facebook fun, other people's problems on the way, Nashville news. Grab a cup of coffee. Let's get going. Dig in.
Can we?
Yeah, let's get going. 102.7 KORD.
You're waking up with the KORD Morning Show. #1 for New Country. 102.7 KORD. No need to wait for AI. Catch us now on Google Home and Alexa devices. Open our app for more info.
Our New Country, 102.7 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Good morning. 6:24. Always good to be with you. Happy Wednesday. 56 degrees, clear skies. Gonna be a warm one. Near 95 to 97 today. Tomorrow, 97.
That.
I know, by 100 for the weekend. Well, this is the 7 seasons of summer, I guess, with the Columbia Basin. So we went into false fall, and now we're going back.
I know it.
Now we're going back into summer.
Man, Mother Nature is confused.
Absolutely.
Just confused.
All right, Facebook fun to get the day started. Here you go. I saw a friend of mine on. They were talking about it on Facebook, and I thought, this is a good argument. I never even considered it, but here's the question: is chili a soup?
Nope.
Why? Okay,
It's not even a stew because it's thick. Soup is like thin. Well, not all of them, but
not all of them.
All
right.
If you want it to be a soup, it can be a soup, but to me, it's not. It's more of a stew. And I love chili. I can eat chili anytime, anywhere.
So, it's that time of year for me. So I started buying soup again. So here's a pub style chicken pot pie soup from Campbell's. It's chunky, right? That's a soup.
But that's like a thick soup.
To
me that's almost a stew.
So it makes the argument that is chili a soup because this is
chowder a soup? Because my husband just had that corn chowder. One.
I mean, it's a
He
soup.
loved it.
It's a soup. To me, it's chili. Chili's chili, but technically, could it be a soup?
What's the difference between a soup and a stew? I mean,
I like stew as well. I love chili. I like soup. Those are all my faves. But
we should have a chili cook-off.
Yeah, we should have.
Do you like making chili?
Yeah, I love making chili. It's fun, and Megan does makes great chili too.
Who doesn't like chili?
Everybody loves chili.
I know.
I think we should have the great KORD chili cook-off.
I know.
And then have you guys
car show.
Yeah, and car show, and have you guys win a bunch of tickets. So that's going to go in the idea hopper for you there.
We could host it at Columbia Park,
We
Rick.
could. It'll be a lot of fun. Big old chili cook-off. So there you go. That is the question of the day. Is chili a soup? I'm curious what people are going to say about that
I
because
just
to
think
me,
chili is chili.
chili's chili, but technically,
Depends on how thick it is. Do you like it thick?
I do. I like it with lots of meat.
Yeah.
lots of
Yeah,
meat,
lots of beans.
Yeah, cheese. Got the cheese.
Some people don't like chili with beans.
Oh, I love it with it's gonna
I
have
know.
the concrete. It's got to have it all. It's got to have it all. My chili's got to have it all. So there you go. That's the question. Is chili a soup? Curious what you guys think. Chime in. Gonna share your comments on the way. That is our Facebook fun this morning.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
On for New Country, it's 1027 KORD 639. Time for some Nashville news.
Okay, Blake Shelton is leaving Warner Music Nashville after 23 years. A statement released on Tuesday said that the breakup was amicable, and during his time with the record label, Blake earned 28 number one hits and countless accolades, including CMA Entertainer of the Year. Blake is said to be kicking off a short Las Vegas residency in February. Riley Green has a major announcement for fans on the opening day of his new Nashville bar. Industry leaders, friends, and family gathered on Tuesday to celebrate the grand opening of Riley Green's Duck Blind. It's located in Music City's Midtown District in the old Winners Bar and Grill. And during the event, Riley revealed his third studio album, Don't Mind If I Do, which drops on his birthday on October 18th. But that's just another reason to go to Nashville on vacation. How about this? Cody Johnson is celebrating his third number one hit on mainstream country radio. Dirt Cheap is taking the top spot on the media-based country chart this week. He says he can personally relate to the song.
I personally relate to this song because I have a ranch at home that I have memories with my daughters growing up, with memories with my wife and my horses and my dogs and my cows and things that mean a lot to a guy like me. So when you hear that, know that one comes from the bottom of my heart.
Dirt Cheap follows Kojo's other hits, Till You Can't, and, of course, The Painter. Finally, Wide Open Country says that Luke Bryan is having his own corn maze at the Amazing Acres Pumpkin Patch in Yankton, South Dakota. Well, this isn't a time to visit, right? It's a 5-acre maze featuring Luke Bryan's likeness and name to celebrate his farm tour, and attendees can partake in paintball, live music, and a mega slide, and that's in Yankton, South Dakota.
South Dakota.
I know.
There's a trip. There's a road trip for you.
Those are your trending headlines.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Make sure you have our free app for concert news, contests, and your favorite country everywhere you go.
Number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD 651. You got Rick, you got Patty. Today's high near 95. Tomorrow near 97. Going to be warm the next couple days. Right now it's already about 60 for you. All right, Patty, yesterday was out and about. And of course, this store always makes the memes. So when anything goes out of business, this meme happens. But you did go inside the Spirit Halloween store yesterday in Richland, right?
It's a brand new one, yeah. So you know where that old Albertsons, I mean, the building's been vacant for years,
Yeah, what
right?
are you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, well, hey, what could go in here? It'd be perfect for Trader Joe's.
Right.
And one lady suggested like a dog walking park. We did a post on it a few years ago.
Yeah.
But I saw on Facebook yesterday in the Richland resident section, what's going on? What's going on? Spirit Halloween. It's Spirit Halloween.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And it's opening this Sunday.
Okay. So, and we were talking about some of the hot costumes. You said Deadpool could be a hot
She
costume.
said, yeah. I was talking to Jennifer, who's like the manager, and she said anything Deadpool. Your witches and goblins or pirates are big. But I was thinking, too, just checking out their Facebook. It looks like Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice. Yeah, don't say it.
yeah.
Don't say it
I
three
mean,
times. But yeah,
I
Beetlejuice, right? I was joking off microphone. I thought that the Australian breakdancer with the green jumpsuit.
That'll be a hot one too.
I'm going to show up to work in that because that was like that's my spirit animal. That's my idol right there.
But they got everything.
Very
for
cool.
Halloween.
So I know it's hard to imagine that, but it is. I mean, it is. September, October's next door. I mean, it's right here.
Well, I saw too. I guess they were employees, right? I'm out there snapping photos. I'm like, what? It's is it going to be Spirit Halloween? And it is. And they go, oh, yeah, I said, when are you opening? They go, the 8th. And I just assumed October 8th. And they're like, no, September 8th, Sunday.
Wow.
Sunday,
that quick.
Patty.
Hey, people start planning, man. People,
Yes.
I got a lot of friends who are just, my friend Joey's she's all about the Halloween, man. It's all, if it could be Halloween all year long, she'd love it. My friend Kylie's that way. I got a bunch of friends that are just
fun. It's such a fun holiday.
It really is. And so there you go. From meme to actually being in town.
Right on.
Spirit's going to be opening up there, which tells me that Toys R Us is going to open up again.
Oh, it is. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Because if that means that Albertsons is opening, that means the old Toys R Us is going to be
And
a
then
Spirit.
don't forget there's the one on Canal,
Yep.
that used to be Tuesday morning.
That's
Got
right.
one there.
That's right.
Yep.
Exactly. Hey, I guess welcome, Spirit. Get more details about those grand openings. They're posted for you right now on the station mobile app.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Because we will have some tickets to give away for Luke Combs as we get closer and closer to that show. 7:09, you got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. Happy Wednesday, 57 degrees. Quite the situation. I know a bunch of people, especially my friends, who've been in this situation. What's going on in other people's problems?
Name withheld by request. Rick and Patty, my family adopted a new Rottweiler puppy several months ago, and last Friday, 2 men rang my doorbell and attempted to sell me a new roof. Well, my Rottweiler bit one of the salesmen. He came back yesterday. He's claiming I'm responsible for his injuries. I told him, get lost. Slammed the door in his face. It's his fault he got bit. I never told him to come onto my property and hassle me. My dog was just protecting me because he made a move towards my front door. He also missed the no trespassing sign on my mailbox. It might be a bit faded, but it says no trespassing. The salesman is now threatening to get a lawyer to sue me. Am I responsible? Is it his fault or mine? Should I pay him to make him go away? Name withheld by request.
Oh my gosh! Well, we've luckily have had no issues with Bodie, but Bodie is crazy for people, and he's gotten out a couple times. He didn't do anything to the mailman, but he scared the mailman, and he had the mailman cornered. I said he doesn't bite.
No.
He did, and I go, he doesn't bite, and he's
Cornered
just
the mailman.
Yeah, but he's just barking, and he's just like, get back. I'm like, hey, so he's not gonna bite. He's a big puppy, 60 plus pounds,
Wow.
and you've met Bodie. You've met Bodie, yeah, exactly. And
It's kind of intimidating.
he's very intimidating if you don't know him,
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
and then a coworker of mine, an old boss of mine, had a Labradoodle, and the Labradoodle, she was out on a walk with him. His name was Putter, and he nipped at somebody, didn't break the skin, but the lady ended up suing basically.
No.
Your dog nipped me. Your dog nipped me. And so ended up, she had to pay $6,000 out of her
Ouch.
homeowner's policy.
Yeah.
But the skin wasn't even broken. But the lady was like, "Well, I'm going to sue. Your dog nipped me." So and again, rather than having to go to court, she says, "All right, well, what do you want? What do you want?"
Gosh, I don't.
Yeah.
You know what? I now thinking about it, I got to get DJ on my policy because.
Well,
I mean, I don't. What do you have to do for that? I don't even know. I'm
Well,
gonna have to call.
So the crazy thing about our house is, as you know, we've got a glass door.
Yeah.
So when anybody, Jehovah's Witness, Mormons,
when our mail
he's
person
right there.
comes by, DJ's right there.
There,
What's going on?
We have a platform. We have 3 dogs, and they just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so I have to sit there and
Yes.
hold them back to say, how can I help you today, Spectrum? Vivint or whatever. And like, can I tell you about? I'm like, these dogs are not.
Yeah, sorry, no.
I'm like, they're not happy. You need to keep on walking.
Come back another time.
So yeah, I mean, there's a sign. So what do? It says no trespassing. There is a sign. It's faded, but it's still posted no trespassing. Door to
I
door.
don't know what the answer is.
Door-to-door salespeople, let us know. Because if you are a door-to-door salesperson...
Yeah, have you ever been...
I think that's the worst job on the planet. I'm sorry. Door-to-door salesperson, I always feel so bad for those people. Because do you think that those poor people get
Maybe
berated?
you'll feel bad enough and buy their service.
Right. Well, I'm just...
their product.
It's like, yeah, I feel bad for those people. So, in this situation, you did come on the property, no trespassing sign. My neighbor next door or down the block, it says no solicitors, absolutely no solicitors, and you can see it. So, yeah, I feel like if it says no solicitors and you come on my property, you're going to get what you get. If it says don't come on the property, you're going to get what you're going to get.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
All right, I may be wrong. 547 KORD. Let us know. Animal control, if you're listening.
Yes, please let us know.
Someone give us the rules. I do know that some of my friends have had to pay. So curious what you guys think. Let us know. That's posted for you now on the Facebook. Share some of those comments on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Get my hand, number one for New Country. It's 102.7 KORD at 724. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. 58 degrees and sunshine. Going to be another warm one for us. Tri-Cities, 95 for the high today. So there is a brand new company that's called Exit. It helps people resign from their jobs.
Oh, nice.
It's called Exit.
Why do you need help resigning?
Well, apparently this company has over 10,000 clients per year. Some clients express relief for quitting difficult jobs, with one saying colleagues aren't worth saying goodbye to.
Oh, man. Have you ever, I remember one time I quit a job in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And I was physically ill. I was like afraid to go, not afraid to go in, but it was.
Why is that?
It was, I don't know.
I know. You know, you don't owe your employer anything. You don't technically. I mean, but it's the guilt of it. We've all been there.
You know what? Like, I even made an appointment to meet with, the station manager and the program director, and they still put me on hold. And I was like,
wow. That would have been an easy. That would have been.
I should have just walked.
Yeah, that would have been. That would have been an easy one. I'm trying to. I've always felt. Anytime I've quit a job, even though you don't need to feel it, I've always felt a little guilty. I don't know why.
I don't know. Guilty, but
I felt guilty on jobs, but I don't know why. I mean, it's just I don't know, because I always look at it like, because as you've gotten to know me through the years, if I quit a job, it feels like I'm giving up. But even though I'm not, even if I'm going to a different job, it's like, you gave up on that job. That's kind of how my mind. That's just how my brain works. But the hilarity is, it's interesting where it's really flipped reversal. So. You give 2 weeks notice because that's common courtesy.
Yes.
You're not required to do it, but it's common courtesy. And interesting enough, but if you and I got let go, we'd be like,
they tell you today's your last day.
Just so you guys, just so you guys know, today is September 4th. And we only get fired around the paydays. So the first of the month and the 15th and the last day of the month. Yeah. So if we get to the last of the month and Rick and Patty are no longer on the radio, just assume we got fired because it'll be around paydays. If anything happens to us, it'll be around paydays.
Rick must have been fired. Where are Rick and Patty?
Might get fired after this show. So we're going to have some fun with you. Have you ever had a friend or family member do something for you? Did that for them because they were too chicken? Like, oh, I'm chicken, so can you just do it? And what was it? A breakup? Was it a resignation? Did you have to help a friend like that ever? Like do something for them, like I don't want to do it. All right, fine. I'll go ask her out for you. Hey, so and so wants to go out with you.
Oh, I've done stuff like that. Yeah,
that's what we're talking about. Yeah, have you ever had to do something for somebody else because they were too chicken?
I didn't have to, but I offered. Yes, of course.
Like, can you go see what's going on?
Check this out for me.
Yeah,
or drive past so and so's house.
Oh yeah,
see if so and so is there, and you're like, oh my.
I've
done some spying on some people.
Oh jeez. Oh yeah. let me tell you, anybody who does that, guess what? You're not going to be happy with what you're going to see. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because I've had it happen to me. I'm like, I made a date with a girl one time, and they're like, well, she's out with her ex-boyfriend. I'm like, no, she's not. You
had somebody check her.
No, and so my buddy and I were like, let's just drive by her house. And sure enough, whose car is there?
The ex was there.
Of course.
Oh.
And I was a knucklehead. Like, oh, give her a chance.
How'd that make you feel, Rick?
Oh, I made you sick to the stomach because you're an idiot, But yet I was like, oh, that can't be the case.
No, it's because you care. It's not because you're
ridiculous.
an idiot.
Idiot. All right, we'll take some calls. 547 KORD. Have you ever had a friend or family member do something for you? Did it for them because they were too chicken? If so, what happened? There's some great stories out there. We'll take them next. You got Rick and Patty. KORD.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message. Or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
It's easy and quick. Stop by our website or open our app for your chance to head back to school with a $500 Visa gift card. Look for Hall Pass Cash.
Brown Band, homegrown, number one for New Country, 1027 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Good morning. 737, your morning commute. 58 degrees, sunshine for you right now. So there's a brand new company called Exit. It helps people resign from their jobs. So have you ever had somebody do something for you because you were too chicken to do it? So,
not for me personally.
Not for you personally.
No.
Never. You've never had Jeff make a phone call or anything like that?
I've had him answer. Oh, you answer. Say I'm not here. I can't remember what it was, but I've done that before.
Many years ago, I had a job interview in Seattle, and I had my then wife, call in sick for me.
Oh.
And so the boss, the owner, was not very happy later, of course, when I came back from Seattle after this job interview. He didn't fire me or anything, but he was I was very disappointed that you couldn't pick up the phone and just say you were going to stay over an extra day in Seattle or something like that. I was a kid. I was like 24 years old, 25 years old.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Just call him and say I'm sick. What the? Today, I'd pick up the phone and say, yeah, I'm not coming. I'm not going to be doing that. So 547 KORD, have you ever had a friend or family member do something for you because you were too chicken to do it? And what was it? Yeah, what's the situation? What'd you do?
So there's these two friends of mine.
Okay.
I've known them at this point when this happened for probably 6 or 7 years or more. And I was at their place when, out of nowhere, the woman said, hey, can you hand this to him?
Okay.
Pass this to him. And so I did. And that's when I realized it was divorce papers.
What?
And she had just had me serve her husband, my friend, papers for divorce.
Oh,
That's ugly.
Hey,
Oh,
just pass
man.
this over to him. Just pass it
That's
over.
sad. Wow.
Don't they normally? I don't know. Have you ever been? I've never been served divorce papers.
No.
Do they show up at your house? Oh, you've been served. Have you
I don't know.
Have you ever been served? I've never been served a day in my life. You always see it in movies, like, oh, you've been served.
So I did have something strange happen.
Yeah.
I had this was when I lived in Madison, Wisconsin, and I had a weird neighbor, and she hated all of us, and she took some type of, I remember I had to go to court. It was wild because I had to get like a restraining order against her. Like I had to, because she would call my house and stuff at weird hours, and it was really wild. Yeah, and I remember she'd throw stuff at my car. So I had to actually seek, you can't be within so many feet of me or whatever. It was a restraining order. But I think, I can't remember, but yes, I had some papers. She
Served you.
at my place of employment.
Of course she did, yeah.
It was embarrassing, and I was like, I don't even know what this is.
You've been served.
Yes.
You've been served. That's so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yes.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That is such a crazy story.
Well, and then I had to go to court, and I brought another neighbor with me, like as my witness or whatever.
This lady's crazy. Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of what happened.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So have you ever had a friend or family member do something that you did it for them because they were chicken? 547 KORD. Love the stories. Keep them coming. More of your calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD.
27 KORD at 7:52. You got Rick, you got Patty. Your morning commute right now, sunshine for you, 60 Tri-Cities, another gorgeous day. We had false fall a couple days ago, but now we're back to a regular summer, and today's high near 97, and tomorrow
I don't
97.
know what's going on.
100 for the weekend, though.
I know.
Patty's,
but I'm here for it.
I know you're here for it, and the warmer the better for you. And then Patty's going to Pink tonight. She's very excited.
I am going to Pink tonight. I am very excited.
Yeah.
She's got so many hits.
Heading over to the West Side. Going to be a fantastic show tonight.
Tacoma Dome.
Yeah. First time ever for you. First time.
I've never been to the Tacoma Dome.
And you're going with a friend, too. You're going.
Yeah, I'm going with a friend.
Yeah, not Jeff. Jeff sadly got to have to work.
I know, but he kept going, I should go. After he said, no,
You should.
guys are going to go see Pink.
I went and had a great time.
Then he's like, boy, I wish I was going.
Yeah.
Too late, Sherlock.
Yeah, we saw her last year at Allegiant Stadium for Christmas, and absolutely amazing. So, yeah. and it's going to be cool. You're going to have a great time.
She's got quite the voice, man.
She does.
I wonder if her daughter's going to be there.
I do not know. 'Cause
Willow.
I know Willow's been on Broadway recently, so I don't know. When we saw her in Vegas, she did come out and do it.
She did?
Yep, she came out and did a song. So Willow came out,
Nice.
did a song. But now I know she's on Broadway, so I don't know.
Well, I just can't wait to see her doing
Yeah.
all the flips
Oh,
that
yeah.
she does. You know, all the
yeah.
acrobatics.
It'll be amazing. Oh yeah, it's going to be fantastic. You're gonna love that. When I see her do that, I'm like, is that going to snap?
I know.
I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not afraid of heights, but I don't intentionally go out of my way to be up in the rafters. Does that make sense? Not afraid of it, but it's like, why am I, and she's flying.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
flying and singing at the same time.
That's a talent.
That
is a
incredible.
talent.
And she's flipping over and over and over again, not just flying around like Peter
Yeah.
Pan. She's flipping. And she said she wanted to be a gymnast as a kid.
Oh.
So this is kind of where that comes from, this whole big show that she does. But yeah, but they strap her in, and apparently it's this big rig and a big deal when she does it, because,
I can't wait to see it.
But that way she gets to go to see everybody. So it's
Yes,
she's up.
she's literally
So-
flying around the stadium.
Yeah, so then you get to wave at her
doing
when
her
she comes.
Peter Pan thing.
Yeah, when she comes to your section, you're able to wave to her, and she get, but she's singing and all that. So it's going to be a great experience for you. All right, we've been taking your calls. Have you ever had a friend or family member do something for you because you were too chicken? There's a brand new company called Exit. It helps people resign from
I
their
like
jobs.
it. What a service.
They have over 10,000 clients yearly, and some clients express relief for quitting difficult jobs with saying, colleagues aren't worth saying goodbye.
Write me a great resignation letter so I can just go put it on my boss's desk.
What's really interesting, what's changed is anymore, you're not allowed to give a bad reference. All you can do is when someone calls and goes, hey, did so-and-so work there? You can say they worked here from blank to blank time. That's it. You're not legally allowed because of litigious and all that these days. So you're not allowed to give a bad reference. So the only way you can hint that they work from here to here, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything else to add? Nope. And that's usually not a good employer. I had it happen years ago to me, a few years back, where somebody applied for a job. I was not on their reference list. I was not. And I get a call out of the blue, and they're like, hey, do you have a reference for so-and-so? I'm like, why are you calling me? I said, I even said,
Listen,
and I said,
why are you calling me?
and I said, there's no way I'm on this person's reference list. And they go, no, I just know you know them.
Oh, wow.
And I said, well, I
hope you said good things about me.
I said, again, what's interesting is I'm not an employer of that person.
Yeah.
So I technically could say whatever I want. So I gave my opinion. It wasn't a bad opinion, but it was enough for them to go, okay.
It was an honest opinion.
It was
Just
an
say
honest.
that.
It was honest, exactly. But she didn't. That person didn't work for me. I just knew them. I knew of them. I knew of their work habits.
Yeah.
So I was able. I feel like I was outside the cone of silence. Like,
I feel like, do people even check references anymore?
Oh
Do
yeah.
They
still do.
Mean,
oh yeah.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I
know.
applied for
Same
a job.
Here. Same here. But But I, on occasion, I'm down on some people's, resumes as, hey, can and they call me out of the blue. I'm like, oh, I need a reference on so and so, and I give them a reference. If they write me down, I give them a good,
Would you give me a good reference?
Absolutely,
Rick? All right.
Absolutely. Why would I not? Absolutely, give you a great
Just
reference.
checking.
No, Patty worked from here to here. That's it. Patty worked from here to here. What now? When she worked from?
According to my husband, I'm a job hopper.
So we'll take some more calls on your way. Have you ever had a friend or family member do something for you because you were too chicken? Take your calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Make sure you have our free app for concert news, contests, and your favorite country everywhere you go.
Yeah, Patty, great to be with you. 65 degrees sunshine. Wednesday, middle of the week. Going to be another warm one. Near 97 for the high for the next couple days for you. So have you ever had a family member do something for you because you're too chicken? Was it a phone call? Many years ago, I had my
Mom, can you call in sick for me?
I did. I was at an interview in Seattle, and we just got so tired, and I was like, "Oh, can you just call in sick for me, honey?" And she's like, "Oh, why do I have to do it?" So anyway, I'm great friends with that former employer, but I was so disappointed that I knew you were in Seattle. I knew you were interviewing. He goes, I just wish you could have been honest and called in and said, I'm just going to stay over an extra day or whatever. But anyway, that's a long time ago. I was like 20. I was 20 some years old. I was a kid, doing stupid things. Today I would just call, do it myself. But back then.
It is awkward though when you give notice and that 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That could, especially in our shoes,
Yeah, radio is just totally different. If we gave 2 weeks, you get
sometimes they
you're
go,
off,
well, today's your last day.
That is, you're
then.
off the air. You're off the air because today, like, well, what could you say? Even if you are the most trustworthy person, we don't risk it. It's like, oh, that was your last day, So, and I know every place is different, but this because you're, I guess talking to thousands of people, they look at it differently. Like, yank him. Yank her, yank him, yank her. All right, so have you ever had a friend do that because you were chicken? What did they do? Been taking your calls. Good morning, KORD.
There was one time where I was dating a guy, and he wanted to take me to meet his family.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do it because I did not want to be so far away from my family. And I was just like, I need something to get out of this. Like, my mom knew I did not want to go. My mom turned around and told people I had the measles. And once his family, found out, they sent balloons.
Oh, yeah, of course
cards,
they did. Yeah.
And they even, told my mom, we'll help pay for anything that she needs.
Oh my gosh! How can
wow.
you, now? Yeah, that's How do you climb out of that
taking
one?
it to another level.
Mom,
Your mom lying for you.
Yeah, mom, what you were thinking? Come on, it's like, she's got a deadly disease. What?
Moms will do that
I know,
for their kids.
I know they will. Moms
Yes,
moms are the best. 547 KORD. Have you ever had a friend or family member do something for you because you're too chicken? Taking more of your calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show, #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. Have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? Make sure you have our app, so when you connect your device, we can go everywhere together.
I have not.
I know it.
But
looks
I did
good.
love the original.
I did love the original. It looks good too. It's 8:23. You got Rick. You got Patty. All right, time to wrap up other people's problems. Already a ton of comments about the dog bite. What's going on here?
So the name withheld by request says that they adopted a Rottweiler puppy several months ago, and last Friday, 2 guys rang the doorbell, attempted to sell me a new roof. So the Rottie bit one of the salesmen. He came back yesterday now claiming that I'm responsible for his injuries. I said, get lost. And I slammed the door in his face. It's his fault he got bit. I never told him to come onto my property. And my dog was just protecting me because he made a move towards my front door. And he missed the no trespassing sign on my mailbox. Now the salesman is threatening to get a lawyer and sue me. Who's responsible? Am I? Is this my fault or his? Should I pay him and make him go away? Name withheld by request.
It's a muddled mess, but what are people saying in the comments? So many comments on this one.
If the dog actually bit the guy, especially breaking skin, you are liable. If the guy never went and had it treated, then there's nothing to pay for. But by this post, you saw your dog bite this guy, which also means you had no control over the dog. But the guy made a legit threat to your safety, which you also did not report. Walking onto your property and knocking on your door is not considered a threat. That's by Mariah.
Yvette says, consult an attorney. The first visit is usually free. Nobody on here is going to know the legalities of this because it's pretty murky, guys.
Amy says, your dog, your property and responsibility. If he did get treated for his injuries, get a bill and pay the bill directly to the doctor or clinic. Do not just give the man money. If he hasn't gone to get treated, then it is his responsibility.
Jewel says, depending on which city you live in, no trespassing signs do not protect you from a dog bite. You need a dangerous animal on property sign or something like that in effect to be protected. If your dog bites somebody, it has to be specifically say something along the lines of you will get bit,
Brianne says no, that's what they want. Likely a scam they run off. And did he show you any ER or paperwork claiming that the dog bite? Because technically they're reported at the hospital. What does the wound look like? I'd file a police report against the company for trespassing if you can prove they came onto your property uninvited.
Well, Russ says you are responsible if your dog can bite a salesperson from the front door. He can bite a child selling cookies or a fundraiser. Even if you invite someone on your property or not, they can still sue for the damages because your dog, unless a reasonable threat was made. If you were touchy about people knocking on your door, perhaps you need a fence with clearly non-faded posted signs of no trespassing. That's from Russ.
Kevin says report it to your homeowner's insurance agent and let their legal department handle it. That's why you have insurance.
Yeah, Zachary says you might want to call the home insurance. Ken says if your dog was on your property, it's not your problem. Interesting. Well, I mean, the dog is on, Yeah.
Jennifer says your dog was doing his job. They came in your yard, and that's their problem.
I like what Fran said. I'd reach out to the employer, and how do you know that? And how do you know your employee is trying to sue me? And and he violated the trespass sign. So a lot of great advice there. I think getting a lawyer on this particular situation,
I would.
It sure is murky. I do know my friend Cheryl Putter nipped somebody on a walk, and the gal got $6,000 from the home insurance policy. No blood, didn't break the skin, but she was one of those people that Cheryl goes, if I don't just pay this person, they're not,
They're not going away.
Well, and crazy enough, people are crazy. This is why you don't want to deal with people. Is many years ago, we did a radio stunt where the stunt boy went out and said he was the pumpkin inspector, and he took a pumpkin off a lady's front porch. And the radio station had to pay $6,000 because, and we were
pumpkin.
For a pumpkin. Because,
what?
Because mental anguish, you took her pumpkin. You took her.
Wow.
Yeah, no. I've seen like you always say, I've seen some things, some crazy things.
But that takes the cake.
But that takes the cake. But
I'm
the radio
the pumpkin inspector.
It was a stunt. Yeah, it was a stunt. And so the lady's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" The lady goes, "Hey, what are you doing with my pumpkin?" And he's like, "Well, I'm the pumpkin inspector, and there's something wrong with your pumpkin." And it was the stunt boy from the radio station.
Oh my gosh.
But she traumatic stress about her pumpkin. That the station ended up giving her.
That guy took my pumpkin.
Yep, ended up paying her out $6,000. Yeah, just for mental distress of him touching the pumpkin, going on her property, touching the pumpkin. Yeah, for
it's
a
not
stunt.
like he smashed it or anything.
He didn't do it. He didn't do that. No, but he just had it. He had the pumpkin. Yeah, so he basically went on her property, on your property, picked something up, and said, "Oh, I'm the whatever inspector." No, you're not, and did it. Yeah, crazy. So we did our best to solve this. I know she's like, she can't believe that story. She's looking at me like, yeah. I think that's the number one reason why we don't do stunts anymore. Because we're like, oh, why don't you guys do the funny stunts anymore? Like, no one's going to chug a gallon of milk anymore.
I'm going to have to ask who the pumpkin inspector was off in a minute.
His name was Danger Boy. He was on the Top 40 radio show back in the day. All right, so there you go. 547 KORD. App chat us what you would do in the situation. We want to know a lot of great advice there. Attorney, probably the number one place you want to go first off. And good luck. Let us know how it turns out. You got Rick and Patty.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.